Work to build a new state-of-the-art aquatic center in Scottsbluff moves forward as a trio of town hall meetings wrapped up this week in Scottsbluff. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, a series of 3 town hall meetings aimed at providing more information about the proposed aquatic center wrapped up this week in Scottsbluff. During these meetings, members from the Vote Yes for Scottsbluff Aquatic Group provided an update on our existing pool facilities, as well as showcasing conceptual designs for the new center. YMCA Director Conrad Bostron says their pool, Westmore, and the Splash Arena are just too old.
You can see they're dated, they're old, they have some considerable wear and tear on them, and we really know that they've outlived, to a certain extent, their functionality and their relevance.
Acting City Manager Kevin Spencer says the aquatic center would be funded with the passing of a half-cent sales tax increase in Scottsbluff that would sunset in 10 years.
We know that right now that the sales tax generates about $6 million in revenues. We expect the half cent to provide an additional 1.5 to 1.8. And we determined that by looking at the 5 and 10-year averages, just going back and looking at the revenues.
Former SeaCats swim coach John Galindo says this could bring a real possibility of bringing a 50-meter pool, which would be ideal for competition, into the region.
With the high school, the 8-lane is definitely where we want to be. My ultimate goal would be have a 50-meter pool by 25. That's just my goal, but the amount to do that is we can't do that. And the only reason I think a 50-meter pool would be great, because we'd be the only one here in Nebraska that would have a true 50-meter pool. And what we could host for high school swimming plus USA swimming would be amazing.
For more information about the proposal, you can visit www.scottsbluffaquatics.com. Well, a local woman was transported to Regional West Tuesday afternoon following a 2-vehicle crash on Highway 26 and 14th Avenue. First responders called to the scene shortly after 2 p.m. for the crash, which involved a blue Suzuki sedan that pulled out of the parking lot onto Highway 26 and was struck by a westbound red Dodge pickup, causing it to roll on its side. A Scottsbluff police officer climbed to the driver's side of the pickup and helped the male driver out safely, and Scottsbluff firefighters had to use the jaws of life to extricate the female passenger out of the vehicle. The woman was conscious and loaded into a Valley ambulance with seemingly serious but non-life-threatening injuries. At least 3 teenagers were in the Suzuki, none of whom required immediate medical attention. Also assisting in the response was the Nebraska State Patrol and a handful of witnesses who rushed to action to help those involved. Scottsbluff Police did not release the names of anybody involved in the crash. We'll have more news right after this.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether it is building, buying, or renovating, we have the home loan or home equity line of credit to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
High Plains Auto Club presents the 23rd Annual Father's Day Rock and Roll Classic. Friday, June 17th. Registration begins at 2 p.m. at the Gearing Civic Center with a welcome barbecue, cruise for cash, and ice cream social. Saturday, June 18th, parade at 9 a.m., show and shine from 10 to 4, and awards banquet. To enter, go to highplainsautoclub.com or call 308-765-2418. This event is sponsored by Dairy Queen, Dooley Oil, and KNEB Rural Radio Network.
Welcome back. Recent mass shootings have renewed arguments over gun laws, but Governor Pete Ricketts is not among those who supports changing existing statutes. This week, he was asked whether he believes an 18-year-old should be able to purchase an AR-15 style rifle in Nebraska, and Ricketts said absolutely yes. When asked why, Ricketts said most Nebraska gun owners are responsible people, and the focus should not be on the gun, but the person pulling the trigger.
That's where the real problem lies. And that's why I've said we got to get at the root cause of this, which is looking at mental health care. In fact, there was a study out last year from Stanford University that looked at 35 of these mass shooters and determined 28 of them had untreated mental health care problems, for example.
The governor says the state is already improving mental health services and access to them, pointing to the $40 million in federal ARPA funding approved to strengthen those efforts inside Nebraska. Later this summer, the state will be rolling out the 988 helpline, which will provide some relief for the growing need for crisis intervention. Well, 2 law enforcement officers from the Panhandle were among those honored in Lincoln by Mothers Against Drunk Driving Nebraska for efforts to reduce and eliminate drunk driving in the state last year. Nebraska State Patrol Trooper Tim Flick was honored for his efforts in the area of education and awareness, one of 3 honorees receiving that individual award across Nebraska. Alliance Police Sergeant Stefan Yoakum was among 22 officers from across the state recognized for their individual efforts in adult DUI enforcement. MAD Nebraska celebrated numerous honorees May 24th in a ceremony in Lincoln as the organization works towards a future with no more victims. And back in March, SkyWest filed 90-day notice of intent to terminate service at 29 essential air service communities, including here in Kearney, North Platte, and Scottsbluff. U.S. Senator Deb Fischer says she is concerned because essential air service is critical for these small communities. Last month, she questioned Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg on what he plans to do.
Will you commit to continue issuing hold-in orders to SkyWest and ensure their contractual obligations are upheld in providing service to these rural communities?
Well, thank you for the question. We recognize how important EAS is and share your concern about this announcement by SkyWest. As you know, the DOT has acted to order them to continue service. And while we'll prepare a formal response to your letter, I can tell you that we envision extensions in order to make sure that the public is served.
Fisher added that she can continue to work with him and his office to ensure the Essential Air Service program continues serving Nebraska small communities and beyond. Well, coming after the break, Chris Cottrell will be in with an update from the sports desk. You'll have that in just a little bit here on KNEB.TV News.
We all have hard days at work. This is what champion bullfighter Dusty Tuckness does for a living. Now this is a tough day at work. When Dusty comes home, he likes things quiet. Windows and patio doors from Renewal by Andersen not only make things quiet, they cut your energy bills and add to the value of your home. No matter what you do for a living, Renewal by Andersen windows and patio doors, because coming home should always feel this good.
The Verizon family is full of frowns because they're spending too much for their unlimited data and phones, while the Viero family is all smiles because they're getting 4 lines of unlimited data with 2 free Apple iPhone SE for mom and dad and 2 free LG K31 smartphones for the kids, all for just $100 a month. They're saving so much, they're able to get Fido. Find out how you can too at Viero.com or your nearest Viero store. Viero Wireless, keeping you connected.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
Well, tonight's going to be very pleasant out there. We're going to see partly to mostly cloudy skies early. We'll clear out later on. Just an isolated shot of a shower. Not much out there, but very isolated shower chances. Those are going to increase as we start tomorrow. But a very nice night tonight. Then storms really return tomorrow, and we'll have daily chances, I think, through at least Tuesday. So 5 days in a row. And some of the storms could be strong to severe at times. As we look at temperatures yesterday, we were at 69 degrees, about 10 below our normal high and 30 below our record. Low was 48 yesterday, about normal for this time of year. Nothing in the rain gauge. We're starting off the month we're starting off the month about an inch and 4/10 below normal for the year. So we've got some deficit to make up, but June is a time we certainly could do it, and we're going to see chances of those showers and storms over the next several days. 70s out here across most of the region, a few upper 60s scattered in, 63 over in Lusk. Otherwise, hovering around the 70 to 75 degree mark for most of us. Winds are fairly light. East under 15 miles an hour, a few gusts closer to 20, but not much out there in the wind department. Severe weather threat tonight, not really going to be much in the whole country, far off to the East Coast. Here close to home, the severe weather threat pretty much zero today. Now, tomorrow, we bring in a marginal risk of severe storms. Again, we haven't had a lot of severe weather to talk about, but as a reminder, marginal is the lowest of our threat levels of severe weather. We could see a few isolated strong storms tomorrow, and again on Saturday as we look at that activity being in this panhandle and portions to our south, and that's where we expect the stronger activity to be again with these storms over the weekend. Futurecast tonight, again, just a dot or two on the map there of a few isolated hit or miss showers, otherwise clearing skies overnight. And we're going to see overnight lows that are going to fall down. Not as cool as last night, that's for sure, down into the 40s to near 50 degrees. We had some areas in the 30s this morning. Now, tomorrow we start the day with sunshine through the early afternoon. Then late in the day, we start to see a buildup of showers and storms. Isolated scattered showers and storms. Not going to be an all-day deal. Going to see some storms move through probably mid to late afternoon through the early evening hours and then be out of the region. And we're going to see highs varied tomorrow, around 70 in the northern portions of the region, 80s possible off to the south. Really a pretty pleasant day tomorrow. Precip coming here over the next couple of days. Again, this is just through tomorrow night. And again, could see a quarter to a half an inch in some of these showers and storms. Some areas could pick up more than that. Others going to pick up less. So again, it really depends on if you get underneath some of those showers and storms, and hopefully we can get rid of that snowfall forecast. We don't need to worry about that anymore, right? Till coming up hopefully later on in the year. 49 tonight, a very isolated thunderstorm chance at best. Tomorrow, better chances. In the afternoon, scattered thunderstorms developing. Some could be strong in the afternoon and evening hours. 81 your high. It's certainly not going to be an all-day rain out, and that's where we're going to be Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Daily chances of late-day showers and thunderstorms, temps mostly in the 70s. And then Wednesday, Thursday of next week, maybe not quite as many showers and storms around and slightly cooler with temps only in near 70 on Wednesday and back into the mid and upper 70s for Thursday.
Morrill County Community Hospital and the behavioral health providers are here to help. Amber Dean specializes in mental health care, which includes medication and therapy across a person's lifespan. Melody Lacey helps people deal with a wide range of behavioral problems, from depression and anxiety to child psychiatry. Our dedicated team is committed to you and our community every time. At Morrill County Community Hospital, Bridgeport, Nebraska. Exceptional care right here at home.
Now, sports from the FNBO Sports Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
A local signing to go along with some steak nachos. Last Wednesday night over at the Steel Grill, it was outgoing Morrill senior Andon Pittman signing to continue his football career. He'll be heading to NAIA school Bethany College in Kansas.
I'm going there because, Milstead set me up on Field Level, just like a recruiting website. And as soon as he sent them my information, they instantly wanted me. The day he did it, the coach reached out to me, started texting me about everything. And he was talking to me about all of it, and it just seems like a really fun experience over there.
Pittman played just one season for the Lions after transferring over from Scottsbluff, where he was caught up in the mix of so many good athletes. He says the move to Morrill was big for his future college prospects.
I really got a chance in Bluffs to show what I could do. And as soon as I went over to Morrill, I just was like, I'll just try tight end. Always seemed fun. So I did that, and then showed that I could actually, do something other than block.
Now, what about the skill set and drive Pittman can bring to the Bethany program? Here's Morrill coach Tom Milstead on where Pittman excels as a player.
Obviously, his physical attributes he brings. He's big, he's fast, he's strong, he's got a great set of hands. But even more than that are the intangibles that he brings. As soon as Andon stepped on our field during preseason workouts last year, I knew we had one. Like, he brings a competitive fire to the field that you just can't coach. The one thing you never have to worry about with Andon is intrinsic motivation. He's got a fire inside, and he plays like that, and you can see it on the field.
Pittman also had a big season for the Morrill basketball team, and he plays Summer Legion baseball with the Wesco Zephyrs. Morrill High's Andon Pittman heading to Bethany College in Kansas to play some college football. Of course, a lot of baseball in town this summer, as always. Last night, 3 total Legion games on the network. The Wesco Zephyrs split their home doubleheader with North Platte, while crosstown it was Gering Platte Valley Companies knocking off Sidney in a shutout victory. Both those teams are in action this weekend with road tournaments. Gering will play at the Shadron tourney. The Zephyrs, they'll be heading to the Spearfish tournament. And the Western Nebraska Pioneers are wrapping up their season-opening homestand at Oregon Trail Park Stadium tonight with their series finale against the Casper Horseheads. The two teams split games last night in a twin bill. Tonight, coverage, of course, on KNEB with Jake Circus. That'll start at 6:20 with the pregame show. First pitch at 6:35. They'll load up tomorrow and head to North Platte for a weekend series there. That is the latest today from right here at the FNBO Sports Desk. I'm Chris Cottrell.
The 5055E from John Deere features the value of choice with a cab or open station, two-wheel drive or mechanical front-wheel drive, and transmission options, in addition to easy-to-use controls and loader compatibility. All of this is backed with a 5-year powertrain warranty. The only thing easier than owning a 5E is operating one. See your John Deere dealer for details.
Visit 21st Century Equipment with locations in Scottsbluff, Torrington, Bridgeport, and Alliance. Developing solutions, delivering success.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. First State Bank is now Riverstone Bank. Community strong with the same people you know and trust.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether you are just starting the business you have always imagined or looking to grow your existing one, we have a business loan to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And finally tonight, the group Civic Nebraska is honoring a Scottsbluff woman as one of 5 everyday Nebraskans demonstrating exceptional civic leadership and the group's vision of a collective, collaborative, innovative democratic society. Valeria Rodriguez, a co-founder of the group Empowering Families, has been named the organization's 2022 Strengthening Democracy Community Builder for increasing access to opportunities for all Panhandle residents. Rodriguez, who immigrated from Mexico, tells KNEB News she was very excited to be selected for the honor.
Since growing up, I wanted to create change in our community, and, coming back from college and throughout college, been doing a lot of work and founded an organization. And so this is really the first award that I've ever received for the work that I've done throughout my life.
Empowering Families builds a stronger community through education, civic participation, and individual empowerment. And Rodriguez is also the host of the annual Multicultural Youth Leadership Conference that draws in about 200 students from throughout the region. She will be honored along with 4 other award winners in a ceremony on June 9th in Lincoln. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you here next time.